Welcome to the Book of Tarot. I'm Reverend Stephanie Neal. We are on lesson 11, and I'm going to be presenting the sevens today under general information, tarot care. I can only tell you what I do. I try and keep all decks separate in their own homes, be it a lovely bag or a cigar box. Lately, some tarot decks are in beautiful boxes, so I'm tending to leave them in their original home. Yet, no, you can take care of your tarot in the manner you see fit. There is no wrong or right here. Yet, do not be too rough with your cards because you do not want to bend them. If your cards are losing their sheen and a little old looking, that only means you have read your cards for years and have much experience, either reading or studying or both. Cleansing your deck. Cleansing your deck can be done in several ways. Here are a few. Placing your deck on a windowsill at night under a full moon is pleasant, yet my belief is every night under the moon is beneficial because there is always a full moon someplace in space that will cleanse my cards, including the moon closest. Placing a crystal on the deck cleanses the deck. Placing another deck on top of the deck being cleansed is not only cleansing the deck, this method also attunes both decks to each other. This is great if you like working with a few decks while reading. When I am reading, I use at least 2 decks for a 15-minute reading and more for longer readings, only because I enjoy working with several decks. It is always surprising how one deck clarifies the others. Another way to cleanse your deck is placing a cup of water next to a tarot deck for several minutes. That cleanses the deck. Let's say you have 3 readings back to back. Then you may shuffle your deck until it feels cleansed, or your hands will just stop shuffling, indicating the deck is cleansed and ready to go for the next quadrant. Then you can also place your deck over incense or place your deck on a pentacle or ankh. Another way is sound is a good cleanser. You can use a small bell, ringing it a few times over the cards, or a rattle, or any musical instrument works. Interpretations, general observations. Right, so the 7 of Wands, you can see that the person is fighting above the fray. He is standing on a hill above the oncoming issues heading his way. In other words, it is he who has the advantage in this issue. Creative integrity, positive relationships is his aim. The 7 of Swords represent thoughts and important people. So this colorful person can be either leaving behind 2 important people, though it doesn't mean forever, in his life, and or deliberately walking away from ideas that do not serve him any longer. Swords also mean strength, courage, success in spite of strife, and of course it always means thought. And this Seven of Cups, you see floating in the sky these cups, and a shadowy figure is contemplating several floating cups, each holding something inside. The person sees a transparent head, a golden snake, an impression of a castle, glimmering jewels, a victory crown of laurel leaves held inside a cup with a skull inscribed on the front, a baby dragon, and above all, the person in the center glows brighter than all the cups of gold. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles seem to be a card of contemplation, of reflection. This suit usually represents the physical realm, money, craftsmanship, and generosity. So interpretations. The first one by A.E. Waite, Seven of Wands. A young man on a craggy eminence brandishing a staff. 6 other staves are raised toward him from below. Meanings: it is a card of valor, for on the surface 6 are attacking one, who has, however, the vantage position. On the intellectual plane, it signifies discussion, wordy strife in business negotiations, war of trade, barter, competition. It is further a card of success, for the combatant is on the top and his enemies may be unable to reach him. Reversed: perplexity, embarrassments, anxiety. It is also a caution against indecision. Frank Albano. Success, gain, overwhelming odds surmounted. Advantage, victory. Mary Packard. Success against great odds, but sacrifice must be made. Gaining the advantage. Reversed: uncertain outcome, anxiety, failure to act due to worry. McGregor Mathers. Success, gain, advantage, profit, victory. Reversed: indecision, doubt, hesitation, embarrassment, anxiety. Stephanie Neal. Taking a stand, guarding your dreams from predators. Conviction in the face of overwhelming odds. Determination, victory, courage. Creative thinking. Feeling on the edge, being aware of your capabilities in overcoming strife, not compromising your values, moving in a new direction. Next, the Seven of Cups. Wait. Strange chalices of vision, but the images are more especially those of the fantastic spirit. Meanings: fairy favors, images of reflection, sentiment, imagination, things seen in the glass of contemplation, some attainment in these degrees, but nothing permanent or substantial is suggested. Reversed, desire, will, determination, project. Albano. Fantasy, imagination, daydreams, foolish whims, wishful thinking, illusionary success. Packard. Adept at maintaining close social relations while retaining one's own individuality, good at setting boundaries. Reversed, blurred boundaries, socially immature, feelings of loneliness in a crowd. Mathers, idea, sediment, reflection, project. Reversed, plan, design, resolution, decision. Neil. Selecting as many goals as you like. Some may be overwhelmed. Lots of options. Castles in the sky thinking, brainstorming, fear of failure. Something is too good to be true. Identifying the poison in your life, coming out of the shadows you cast as a result of doing nothing regarding your pressing issues will only become worse. This is the time to wake up. The Seven of Swords. Wait. A man in the act of carrying away 5 swords rapidly. The 2 other cards swords remain stuck in the ground. A camp is close at hand. Meanings: design, attempt, wish, hope. Confidence, also quarreling. A plan that may fail. Annoyance, the design is uncertain in its import because the significations are widely at variance with each other. Reversed, good advice, counsel, instruction, slander, babbling. Albano, new plans, wishes, fortitude, perseverance, endeavor, hope, confidence, fantasy, partial success. Packard, focus, strength, perseverance, triumph in a fair fight. Reversed, overly optimistic, willing to become involved in a lost cause. Mathers, hope, confidence, desire, attempt, wish. Reversed, wise advice, good counsel, wisdom, prudence, circumspection. Neil, futility, trickery, thievery, quietly walking away. Someone is removing important people in your life through manipulation. Keep your cards close to your chest. Keeping a secret, deceit, running away. Be careful what you put into writing. Taking a risk, thoughts of helplessness. 7 of Pentacles. Wait, A young man leaning on his staff looks intently at 7 pentacles attached to a clump of greenery on his right. One would say that these were his treasures and that his heart was there. Meanings: these are exceedingly contradictory. In the main, it is a card of money, business, barter. But one reading gives altercation, quarrels, and another innocence. Reversed, cause for anxiety regarding money, which it may be proposed to lend. Albano, ingenuity, growth, hard work, progress, successful dealings, money, treasure. Packard, ingenuity, balance between originality and convention. Reversed, neurotic need for approval, financial anxiety, instability. Mathers, money, finance, treasure, gain, profit. Reversed, disturbance, worry, anxiety, melancholy. Neil, self-reflection, broadening your world view, a diligent worker, saving your money, wishing money grew on trees, taking a break, opportunity found through networking, counting chickens before they hatch. Next is the approach, reading for the year. This is always fun at the beginning of each year, so you can take a look at your coming year to make changes at will, or if you like what you see, preparing for those changes. So the first option is first shuffle your cards, then lay out 12 cards from left to right. Card 1 naturally will represent January, the second one February, and so on. Then interpret each month of the year by these 12 cards. Now the second option, lay out the 12 cards again from left to right, but this time you continue laying out the rest of the cards, placing the 13th card on the first pile, the 14th card on the second pile, the 15th card on the third pile, and so on until all the cards are in 12 piles, each pile representing that month. Yes, this option is intense, which means who says your reading needs to be in one sitting? So take your time to read your year. You're reading all the cards in one pile. So in other words, you read all the cards in that first pile for that first month, and so on. Then glossary, cleansing, removing excess energy or unfocused energy from your tarot cards by utilizing one of the several methods that was discussed earlier. Now, under Still Glossary, abbreviations and terms. When you see OOP, that represents out of print. If you see HTF, that means hard to find cards. If you see LE, that's limited edition decks. If you see indie cards or indie decks, that means independent published decks, which many enjoy collecting these decks along with the mass marketing decks, because in essence they too are limited editions. Then there's soul decks. A soul deck is a deck that resonates with you deeply, and interpretations are incredibly easy for you to read. Then another term is anti-haul. Anti-haul is a list. Well, a few folks create a list of decks they do not enjoy, and I don't create this list only because just because I may not resonate with the deck does not mean that many other people will resonate with that deck. So there you have it. Until next time, blessed be.